Hey there, in today's video, I'm going to help you figure out if you're a good enough cook to start your personal chef business, or if maybe you're not quite good enough yet. So, I'm Chef Shelly. I've been a personal chef for like 1,000 years. Okay, maybe I could dial that more into reality, maybe about 16 years. And when I'm not cooking for my own clients, I help passionate cooks just like you start their own spectacular personal chef business, because you can absolutely get paid to do what you love, cook, without having to spend tens of thousands of dollars on culinary school or spend all your nights, weekends, and holidays doing heavy lifting catering or working in a restaurant. You can have that personal time for yourself just like normal people do. So there's a lot of people out there who want to cook, they love to cook, and they would love to have a personal chef business, but they never get started because they don't think they're good enough to get paid to cook. Now, especially I see this in people who don't have a culinary degree. And you might feel that way too. You can't start yet because you're just not a good enough cook. And really the sad thing is that often this isn't the case at all. So what I'm going to do today is give you a few things to check to see if really you aren't quite there with your cooking skills yet, or if maybe that's just some mental BS that's stopping you from doing, jumping into something that might seem confusing, overwhelming, and maybe even a little bit scary. Because let me tell you, if you can decide if you're good enough to get started, then you can commit to doing it. Okay, so here's the first thing. Do you love your cooking? Now, I know immediately where your mind went. I'm not talking about cooking everything perfectly all the time. I'm not talking about never making a mistake, never ruining a recipe, never trying a new recipe that's terrible, or my personal passionate cook favorite, that insidious, nothing is ever quite good enough. If I just tweak this, if it needed just a little bit more of that, blah, 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 all that stuff that's just part of cooking, right? So again, the first basic step is, do you cook food you love most of the time? All right. Now, if your answer there is a resounding hell yeah, and you know then that you have the first check. Okay, you love your cooking. You cook well, in your opinion. Okay, here's your second check. Has anyone else told you that they love your cooking or something you've cooked? Did they love it? Have you ever made dinner for another person and they loved it? Or let's take it even a step further. Do you know someone who maybe raves about one thing in particular that you make? They think it's the best thing in the world. They go on and on and on about it to everybody. Or let's kick that up another notch. Does anyone ever tell you that you are the best cook they know? You should be a chef. You should, whatever food related thing they tell you. Maybe you've cooked a dinner party for one other person, or maybe 4 people, or 8, or maybe thrown a cocktail party. Did they tell you how awesome your food was? How about the creme de la creme? Have you ever sold any food thing ever? Maybe you have a signature dish, or maybe cookies, or whatever. Maybe you did a little paid small catering type event because people know you and they know you're an awesome cook and they want you to do some food for their event. These are all indications that you, my friend, are a good cook. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to have 20 years of restaurant experience. You don't have to go to culinary school or master microgastronomy or win Top Chef before you can get started with a personal chef business. You just have to be confident in yourself and your cooking and have other people like your food too. That's it. Because by the way here, it doesn't have to be, and it never will be, everyone, sadly. Everyone does not need to love your food. So anyway, if you're not quite there yet, there's a link right by this video where you can download a free guide on how to prepare a weekly meal service, which is what personal chefs do. Go through it, learn a little bit, go make a couple of your favorite entrees that you consider like your signature dishes and take them to someone and see what they say. Ask them what they think. And when they tell you that they love it, ask them if you can use their comments as a testimonial for the personal chef business you're starting. Because I'm telling you, the clients are out there and they are hungry for what you're cooking.